As a Christopher Nolan skeptic, his Odyssey proves that there is no story that can't be retold with a fresh perspective. I really appreciate Nolan, but his story tones are not typically what I gravitate to in movies. So take that at face value as I share my reaction to seeing the Odyssey last night. I think this movie's greatest strength, more than its acting, more than its use of practical effects, more than its use of film photography, is that it genuinely has something to say. We on the internet have had to deal with months of hot takes about historical accuracy and changes to the source material from people who have not seen the movie, but now I can confidently say, without spoiling them, the changes are the best part. And don't get me wrong, the movie is spectacle filmmaking the likes of which we haven't gotten since David Lean. And while I prefer the dramatic sequences of movies like Dr. Zhivago and Lawrence of Arabia, this movie is a technical marvel the likes of which would make David Lean or Cecil B. DeMille or William Friedkin stand up and clap till their hands fell off. But no movie can really survive on being spectacle alone, so thankfully this movie is packed with A-list actors delivering some of the most committed performances they've ever given. I firmly believe Robert Pattinson is a lock-in for a Best Supporting Actor nomination. Admittedly, in many scenes, the actors are out-acting the material. Thankfully, the story has very clear emotion for the actors to inhabit because in a lot of cases, the actors are giving more to the dialogue than the dialogue itself has to give. But that's a criticism, not a weakness. The movie does not suffer because of it. I do think we could have spent more time attaching to Odysseus's feelings in the first half of the film. It's not that he doesn't have feelings, it's that we don't share a visual intimacy with them, if that makes sense. Because we spend a lot of time coming to understand his feelings as opposed to actively feeling his feelings with him, at times it can make it hard for us to invest in the urgency of certain sequences. Or a little bit more specifically, caring about the emotional stakes of certain situations. But again, spectacle, performance, and editing provide enough urgency to easily overcome that. The strongest element, without spoilers, is this thematic thread that Nolan has pulled out of the text to examine a very specific type of social contract. And it is that very clear artistic question and original perspective that makes every moment of this movie worth it. It's not my favorite movie of the year. Here are my tastes so that you can make your judgment on my opinion accordingly. My top 3 movies of the year right now are The Invite, Mother Mary, and I Love Booster, sort of alternating in the top 3 spots, and I'd say that this ties right now with Obsession for spots 4 and 5. I watched it at a Dolby Prime screening, and I liked it so much that I did immediately buy a ticket for a 70mm IMAX screening later this week, so we can see if witnessing the full intended spectacle increases my enthusiasm even more. But I cannot wait to talk spoilers about the thematic choices in this movie. I will be posting another video soon.